Hi guys. Okay, so I see that there's a little bit of lag on this one, but I'm here and it's Monday and we are going to get started. Sorry, you guys. And today I just kind of wanted to come on and answer any questions you guys had. I'm also going to go back through and look at some questions I've had coming through from some other times. But I'm really excited. And I don't know about you guys, but spring is like my favorite time ever. And I also change a lot of the routine that I do for spring. So yeah, I would love to answer your question. So if you're on here and you have a question, please just put it in the comment section and just let me know who you are, since I can't see via this platform unless you actually say this is so-and-so and then type your question. So, or you have some way that you can show your name or something like that. But anyway, yeah, so just to start out, I want to tell you guys, about spring and new routines and things like that. So during the winter, when, you can't really get outside as much, or you're a baby like me and I don't get outside on purpose, I tend to work out and do all of my stuff early in the morning. Like at 5:30, I get up and I would work out in the morning like that. But then what happens, and I would get a lot of work done like as soon as I get home at 8 o'clock. But what started to happen is I started to go to the gym. This has kind of been a game changer and something that is a little different for me. And then I tried to go to the gym and I ended up hurting my knee. But besides that, I stopped using my treadmill and I have started to go outside more. And the reason I'm doing that is because sometimes we have, I don't know, being outside just makes me feel a lot better. And so as soon as it turns to spring, and generally it's to be like in our area, April 1st, it really starts to get beautiful outside, but it started getting gorgeous out here like a little earlier. And wherever you are, I want to know if you have full on spring yet, or if you still have rain or snow or whatever's going on with your climate. I want to know. But anyway, so what I was saying is that the routine has changed where now I get up early in the morning, but I do a little bit of work at 5:30 in the morning rather than, rocking on the treadmill. And then at 8 to 9, instead of where I would normally work out on alternate days now, I go for a walk with my dogs. And it's just a way to start everyone off getting out and then being able to kind of, I don't know, just enjoy the day. The other thing is, since I don't usually get on and talk this much, is that, I got my vaccine. So I'm excited about that. And I'll be here next Monday, but I think the following Monday I won't, because we will actually be heading to Houston for a little family vacation, I think. So a lot of stuff going on. And I would love to know what's going on with you and whoever's on here with me. I would love to kind of see where you're at and any questions you have. And you can ask anything. It doesn't have to be related to the 3 things I put out there. But I do want to say that when it comes to managing it all, one of the things that I think is most important is really making sure, your mental and physical health is in tip-top shape. So you can deal with all of the stress and the things that happen in, building a business and starting up and all of the things. So we talk about that a lot in the Unleash Your Profit course, because we talk about on the group coaching calls, just kind of what people are going through and some of the roadblocks that you hit and some of the things that really can mess us up that we forget about. Hi, Dietrich. And tell me if I'm saying that wrong. Thank you that's so sweet. We've just started our nonprofit called Chosen to Serve. I love the name. Do you have any great ideas on a great event to start out with to help community and possible fundraising? Okay, so Dietrich, that's okay. Tell me what your organization is about, Chosen to Serve. I would love to help you come up with some ideas for sure. And then, I would also recommend, if you're looking for ways to monetize or things to kind of help you fundraise, I would also really recommend, if you're on the email list. Hi, Debbie, good to see you. If you're on the email list, this past email, I put out a link to the course previews. And one of those previews is how to monetize your mission. And it really goes through a lot of different ways that you can start to monetize exactly what it is that you do, how you can make different ways you can make profit in your organization, different ideas for fundraising, things like that are not necessarily traditional. So yeah, tell me what Chosen to Serve is about, and then I can kind of go from there. Or I can bring you on. If you want to come on, I'll bring you on and we can work through it. But yeah, so I just feel like there's like a lot of things that are new, and spring is here. And I always just feel so rejuvenated when spring comes around. What is your weather like where all of you are? I would love to know. Like Debbie, I think you're in Wisconsin, I think, is that right? So do you guys still have snow? And do I have any gardeners in here? Because I like gardening. So I actually had my breakfast out in the garden today. There's not like a whole ton of stuff growing, but I just like to go out there and think and write and kind of see, what's going on out there. So especially on Mondays, because that's kind of the day that I know I'm coming here. So I don't do a whole lot before I get here. But yeah, I would love to know what the deal is. And if anybody has any other questions, let me know too. That's another thing I wanted to say. I don't know how slow the lag is or how far behind you guys are seeing things, but if it's really bad, let me know. I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, okay. So back to routines for just a second. So do any of you guys change your routines and change what you're doing when the seasons change, or like during the 12-week period, like over those 3 months that we talk about? Okay, so Dietrich, you assist veterans, homeless, and family and children with food and other basic necessities. Okay, and so this is good. So the most important thing, I think, to start with, 57 and windy today in Wisconsin. Okay. Oh no, back to freezing. Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. I wish I could send some sunshine your way. So Dietrich, really quick. So, okay. You assist veterans, homeless, and family and children with food and other basic necessities. So there's lots of ways you could go. You could do a fundraising drive, where you are, Northeast Florida. Okay. So you could do a fundraising drive where you're asking people to bring this type of, the food and the other basics. You could do something like that, but that could be ongoing. Like maybe you do those types of drives all the time. But to really make money, you really have to know what your donor is into. So your ideal customer is really what you want to focus on. Like what are they interested in? And I know I use this example all the time, but it's the best one I can give you, and it worked. So that's why I'm telling you. But we work with kids, and we decided, instead of doing something like a carnival or something for kids, since kids are not going to be the ones donating, those are the people that we help. We decided to do like a mixology tasting party, and that has to do with alcohol and food, and it's an adult only party. And so we made their donation. And the reason I always talk about this is because it's a very out of the box way of fundraising. And so the reason I tell you guys that is because I want you to also think out of the box when it comes to your fundraisers. Don't get so focused on your purpose that you forget that people like to do specific things, and those people are the people who donate to you, right? So sometimes we get focused on the people that we're helping, and we think that everyone feels the same way, like that you do so strongly about this purpose. But you have to understand that people are not in that same mindset that you're in. Yes, they may want to help, and yes, they might give you, $10, $20, whatever, here and there. But we want people to want to come to something, want to participate in something that happens to also be a fundraiser or something that also happens to make you a profit. But it's something that they need or want. And that's why you really want to keep your focus on the ideal donor or the ideal perfect customer. So it's almost like you're running two businesses at times, because you need to have things that are for your ideal perfect customer, And then also have things that you're creating for your actual recipient, as the organization. So if you help homeless and veterans, you're going to want to have programs and services and things like that are set up for homeless and veterans. But if you are doing a fundraiser, you need to be thinking about, what does my ideal perfect customer, what do they have? What do they want? So as an example, for my fundraiser, the mixology party, we chose to do a mixology party because all of the people who were donating to us and people that we wanted to donate would enjoy a party like that. I knew they liked to drink. I knew what age they were. I knew it would be a new concept and be fun and novel for this area. And that's what we went with. So I want you to think about it not from this space of, how can I get people to latch on to my purpose and want to give money for that purpose? I want you to think about it from the perspective of, we have a purpose over here, but we also need to make a profit. So how can we get people to show up for this fundraiser? And how can we get them to be interested in this fundraiser? And that's where I think, honestly, a lot of people go wrong with trying to raise funds. And if this seems like really just kind of like a really big concept, you are not alone. It is very much so. And that's why I actually have this in the course. This is what I teach in the course. And I teach you how to do it, how to set your business up to do it, how to find these people, and how to really kind of shift your thinking and go through all the steps so that you can set it up to be that. Okay. So it's not something that obviously I can give you right here today. And when you talk about coming up with some ideas for fundraising, I think first and foremost, obviously you have to think of your ideal perfect customer. And second of all, you just have to try, and you should always be working backwards. So what that means is, start with the amount of money that you want to raise or that you need to raise for your organization to sustain itself. So if that's $20,000, if it's $10,000, however much it is, then work your way back. Okay. And we talked about this in another video that I put up, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But it is such a key concept that I think you guys really have to be thinking in that perspective. Like, how much do I want? And then how many people do I need to get that at what price? And that will help you determine what kind of fundraiser you have, how much money you can actually spend, how you're going to raise that money. It tells you everything. So it's like you already have the information that you need to actually make some educated decisions as to what type of fundraiser you're going to use, or what type of fundraiser is going to work best for your business. So let's just say that maybe your first fundraiser, you're like, I just need to make $5,000, and that will pay me enough for the year or for a few months or however long. And then you work yourself backwards, and you're like, if I need to make $5,000, then that means I need to make, I don't know, let's just say $10 per person. And then if you use $10 per person, how many people do you need in order to make, $5,000? And then you set up your thing that way. So if it's a lot of people, maybe you're going to sell t-shirts. Let's just say you need 1,000 people to buy t-shirts at $10 each. And I know that math doesn't work out, but let's just say that's what you needed. Then you would create your whole fundraising marketing plan, everything around that $10, 1,000 people. And then you know who to target and where you're going to target them. So does that make sense, Dietrich? I just want to make sure that I'm not talking way over you guys or saying something that's not making sense and going really deep into it. But yeah, I think that you have something that you can work with. All of you do. It really is just coming up with the idea that you need to use. And Dietrich, I would say to actually really go on and if you go to, I'll write it in the comments. Oh, I can't write it in the comments. Okay. If you go to unleashyourpurpose.thinkific.com, let me see if I can add this here for you guys. 1 second. If you go there, you can actually get the preview. Let's see. You guys should be able to see this now. Yeah. So if you go to that that site, and you'll see the landing page, and then you can just click on the preview, and then you can watch I think I have 3 previews on there that you guys can watch. And it's just a preview into the course so that you can kind of see a little bit about what we teach. And these are the very basics of the course. And the reason I give so much on the preview is because I think this is the real true basic of building on top of that and creating a real business around your purpose. So you guys know that I try not to call them nonprofits, even though that's what we are. But I like to say that we're social impact businesses more than nonprofits, just because I think we can change the way that people think of nonprofits, and we can run ourselves like businesses. And I think that's really kind of the mindset shift that we all have to make as a society, because, you know, nonprofits do a lot of really good work, and we really do change. I mean, I hate to say it, but we really do change the world. And so I think it's time that we're all running them as businesses and not thinking that we have to depend on someone else to give us money willingly. And we can find ways to create ways to monetize our missions. And so that's kind of the gist of where I'm at and what I would be teaching you in that course, and also just in general. So, and that's my mindset too. So I like that you're asking about fundraising. I do think that fundraisers have a place, but I also don't want to put more work on you or encourage more work for anybody. So I think that having more of like a business-minded approach to your nonprofit to assist veterans is ideal. And honestly, if you could do anything related to veterans, people really do, that tends to attract people. So even if it's like, you know, you choose celebrity veterans or something in your area, or you do some sort of, fundraiser that focuses on maybe people going to the military. We have something like this here. We have people where the people that are in the military currently, or they have been retired, or they are like vets, like real, like World War II vets. They'll come and they will actually do this. I don't know what you call it. Oh my gosh. And I am a vet, you guys, this is horrible. It's not the swearing in, but it's basically like handing off the torch. And it was a great organization doing it. It was for veterans. It was a really awesome program. And I think we paid $75 per ticket to go. And it was honoring veterans. Yes, Dietrich. Am I saying your name correctly too? Is it Dietrich or is it Detrick? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. But yes, definitely a business mindset is necessary. But the other part of that is, yeah, you guys want to make sure that things they don't have to be specifically aligned. Like you don't have to do something for veterans, or you don't have to do something specific to whatever your purpose is. It can be something completely different. Like if you love to skateboard or something and you help the homeless, you can just say, Dietrich, okay, I got it right. Okay. You can just say, we're skateboarding, come out and skateboard for good. I mean, it could be something as simple as that, or you can put together a competition, like do something that you love, do something that the donors that you're trying to attract love, and put together something that would attract that specific type of donor that you're looking for. your ideal perfect customer. And Dietrich, if you haven't downloaded the, what is it called? Oh my gosh, what is it called? Your perfect customer. I can't remember. It's your perfect customer, and I can send it to you or add the link to. Then we can, I want you to get that on there too, because that'll walk you through how to find your perfect customer. Because you really need to be talking to just one person when you're doing these types of exercises. When it's like find your perfect customer, you want to be talking to one person. You don't want to be talking to like 5 different people or a group of people. You want to find one person and you want to talk to that person so that you attract that person and people like them, or people who want to be like them. And then that's how you kind of build on that business mindset. So when I'm talking to you guys, most times I'm talking to you about things that obviously I think for-profits should be doing, and then also things that nonprofits should be doing, or social impact businesses should be doing, because there really isn't a difference. Your main issue is bringing them back to your purpose, and that's what basically you're trying to turn your customer into your donor. And that's exactly what I teach in the Unleash Your Profit course. So if you guys are interested in that, of course, you can go to this link down below and you can sign up there. And again, it's called the Unleash Your Profit course. But I think besides that, yeah, I think you're on your way, Dietrich. And I'm glad you're downloading it. Good. Yeah, I mean, that's just the most important piece of all of this, you guys. It really is just making sure that you're thinking about it from a business perspective, because people are no longer really in the mindset. I mean, not saying that you can't get donors. People are going to donate to you no matter what. If you put your purpose out there, people will donate to you. But we want to get to them before they're even in the donation mindset, because sometimes understanding your purpose and then having some sort of connection to it, all of that takes a little bit longer. But when you have a captive audience at your event, or you have a captive audience in some other way where you're giving them something they want, it's much easier to then help them understand a little bit more about your purpose. So yeah, I hope that helped you guys. It doesn't look like you guys have any more questions right now, but that was a really good question, Dietrich. It really was. So yeah, anyway, I will see you guys next week. And listen, if you haven't changed up your routine, or you're thinking about, changing up things, now is a perfect time. I always think spring is a perfect time to really switch things around, and not just spring clean your home, but it's time to spring clean kind of your life. Like, what's working, what's not working, what's toxic, what's not, get rid of it. Like, it's a time for spring cleaning everything. So anyway, it's good to see you guys. And I will be back next week. Yes, I'll be back next week, I think. And I will see you guys then. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.